Second since I've streamed. And that is because I have been overwhelmed with schoolwork. It's my senior year, as some of you may know. So I've been trying to get on top of that. So this game, I found it on Steam, completely free, except the DLC, which I did buy immediately because I'm streaming it, is about you, the protagonist, fall in love with a guy whose name I completely forget, and the story progresses throughout the life. I haven't seen a game like this before, so I thought, hey, why the hell not? Let's try it out. And I am instantly just gonna make my character right here, because this is supposed to be me. It's pretty. And I don't know what eyes to pick. Oh, those are nice. Okay, I'll take the cliche anime eyes. My eyes are green. Let's see. Ooh, what hair? Ooh, creepy. What hair do I want? Jesus. I would be tempted to go with that, but I kind of want to play this game seriously, because it seems like... It feels like it has a lot of promise. Kind of like that. Not that, though. Let's see if there's anything better. Whoa. There's a lot of those. Oh my god. Hair back. I have pretty decently long hair, so I'll go with that. Ooh. Oh. Dead anime mom look. Oh, that's pretty. But I don't want to look like Elsa or Anna. Ooh. I'll go with the dead anime mom. That will be my vibe. Oh my god. There's so many. Okay, just right off the bat, you can tell there's clearly a lot of love put into this game. Because no one else is going to make that many hairstyles or something they don't care about. Anime mom. Okay. There we go. It's me. And some more pages here. Give myself a scarf. I don't really have freckles. I have pretty tiny hands. I don't wear glasses. I don't know what this means. I hope that it just puts a bunch of different clothes on at the same time. That seems like a great idea. I forgot to change my name. And there we go. We begin. Summer in Sunset Bird was a special time of year. That was so many S's. Oh my god. Your usually sleepy town began to bustle. I love the artwork in the background. It reminds me of Doki Doki Literature Club, which is not great, but like in like a good way, you know? I guess it's just like a pretty cliche scene. It was a popular tourist destination, people coming from all over to enjoy the beach, the weather, and the relaxation that came with both. Alright, this is a pretty color. The smell of the ocean, crisp and salty, hung in the air, bringing 3 whole months of schoolless vacation with it. Also, I'm gonna apologize if my mic's weird. I just got a new one. We're going with it. I'm testing it out, see if I like it. During your summer, your moms didn't like you to wander too far outside your neighborhood, so you knew the area pretty well. That included the people. Families came and went from Sunset Bird, but they mostly stayed and did what your mom called putting down roots. They built businesses, they got to know each other, and they definitely said hello to the nice young kids who waved in passing their stores. So this is like a small town, and everyone's like getting along and vibing. Alright, cool. Going for a walk around town mostly meant that the familiar, friendly residents waved or asked how your family was, or more often just said hello. Oh, okay. You didn't really get why they always had to say hi. You always end up saying hi to a lot of different people. You were too anxious to say hi back. Well, if we're playing it like me, you're too anxious to say hi back. They still smiles at you anyway. They made you feel a little more comfortable. Fucking, no it does not. Incorrect. This writing is awful. It's not true. But today there's a man sitting on the curb outside your house. What the fuck? He was sitting with his head in his hands, his whole body slumped over, and you wondered if he was even a real person, or a statue that had magically sprung up from the ground overnight. Do I have to talk to the weird statue man? Whoever or whatever he was, you had never seen him before. One thing about knowing everyone in Sunset Bird was that the people who you didn't recognize really, really stood out. It's rare for tourists to venture into the residential district, as your mom's called it. Gay. It just clicked. So for you, not knowing who a total stranger was set off. Set off a lot of red flags. Your mom's had a talk with you and your big sister Lizzie about this kind of situation before. You hadn't exactly been listening at the time. They mentioned that some people aren't good to talk to, but other types of people can help you. Remember that it's okay to run away if you feel uncomfortable. Okay, yeah, I want to run away. You weren't sure about this man yet. Whether he was nice or not, you didn't want to be bothered, but you were pretty interested. You felt a bit scared knowing that he was blocking the way to your front door. I think, realistically, that's what I would feel in this situation. Who the fuck is this person? You slowed down, your mind racing for ideas on how to get past him unseen, but it was too late for escape. Oh my god, this is taking a dark turn. There was a split second when your eyes met and you took in a shaky breath, your eyes darting to the sky, pretending to stare at a bird who was hovering nearby. Can birds hover? Don't quote me on that. Hey! His voice startled you and made you jump, but still, you didn't look at him. Oh, this has been weird. The bird landed on top of a nearby gate post, and its black feathers ruffled against the gentle breeze. Trying to keep your eyes on it was tough, especially when the man stood up and started to make his way toward you. Ew, get away from me. Why are you in my house? Okay, so we either fold our arms, we offer the stranger a smile, absolutely not, or we freeze in place. I'm gonna fold my arms. So... Oh god. I don't know why that startled me. Let's hold that too. Do you live around here? Holy fuck, he blinks. What's your name? You looked the man up and down, taking his tan skin and relaxed appearance. At least, his clothes were relaxed. The way he was acting wasn't. That smile does not look very relaxed, I'm not gonna lie to you. He had sharks on his shorts and a stingray tattoo, and you wondered if he was obsessed with the ocean or something. Looks like a swim shirt, too, so probably just got back from the beach. While you made your assessment, he looked at you expectantly, waiting for an answer to his question. If you do, he rubbed the back of his neck uncomfortably, giving you a small smile. How old are we in this part of the game? Okay, it starts out, childhood. No, that's alright. You're young and then old. I remember that. So how old are we right now? Oh my god. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a clean $20 bill, crinkled in his hand as he held it up to you. Even more confused than before, you looked back at him.
Well...
Why was that part voice? Could you do me a favor? This guy has this voice. I've established it. Oh, fuck. Nothing bad. Sorry, I should have... Let me start over. He cleared his throat and stood up straighter. Doesn't look very straight. From where you're standing, just made him look creepier. Yeah, I don't trust this guy. I don't like how his shirt kind of goes into his collarbone. I don't like how he's randomly sitting on our step. I think that's kind of fucked up. What else do I not like? I don't fuck with this guy. I do not fuck with him. I have a son. His name is Cove. He's about your age. Cove. That was the love interest. Yeah, this guy's definitely obsessed with water. He wasn't the only person like that in Sunset Bird. I should probably read all the options out loud, but I will not be doing that, probably. We moved in across the street. See? I'm gonna pay you $20 to talk to my son. He's fucking weird. He gestured toward the house that had been empty for a year, his watch catching late afternoon sunlight and reflecting off the walls. Here's Arcade Cove. Okay. The gigantic for sale sign was finally gone. You must be Nick Smut. How do you know that? Oh. You must be Nick Smike, right? I met your moms earlier, and they told me you were 8, just like him, so why the fuck are you giving an 8-year-old $20, you weirdo? He shook the $20 bill to bring it back to your attention, a hopeful smile tilting his lips at the corners. Can you try to be friends with my son? Just give it a chance and you can keep this. He's a good kid. You'll like him. His eyes look very innocent for the very sad thing he's requesting.
Do you mind?
We gotta keep it a secret too, okay? It wouldn't be friendly to say his dad sent you. Hahaha, I fucking hate my kid. Also, why is it like Danganronpa voiced? Like, that doesn't make sense if you haven't played Danganronpa. Whatever, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I do feel sorry for Cove. This definitely was the normal way kids made friends. You knew that, and I'm only 8 years old. What do you say? Wanna make a deal? I'm imagining he's like shrugging his shoulders as he's talking, but like really aggressively. Wanna make a deal? I don't want the money. Took a step back. What the fuck is that face? Took a step back from him, clearly refusing to accept the offer. He deflated enough to notice, but not completely. See a balloon? I mean, I'll still be friends with the kid.
Are you sure?
It won't be so bad, even if it's just for the summer. That'd be enough. That only made it sound more strange to you. Why does it lasting for the summer matter? Yeah, I don't... This guy's weird. And it was clear his initial strategy wasn't going to fly. He tucked the bill into a back pocket and changed the request. Also, I feel like I should mention that I do not know what happens in this game. I'm going into this completely blind. I saw some reviews saying that this game was traumatic, but they did not go into detail. So I'm gonna keep going. I get it. You don't have to. Be more comfortable. Would you be comfortable with he and I coming by for a normal visit? No money involved. I don't want you there. I don't like you. Okay. I like how they're all color-coded. That's very nice. That's a nice detail. Okay, you can do that. His smile got bigger again. His eyes crinkled at the sides. That's cute. I'll bring him by tomorrow. I wanted him to meet and greet with the neighbors today, but... well, I don't know where he's going off to. Oh god, your eyes are pathetic. It's just, look at them. He's trying so hard to be cool, but he sounds so sad. Oh my god. Please, okay, thank you. He actually laughed when he said that, but the way his face looked, he thought he actually wanted to cry. Okay, so that was intentional. If you see him, can you tell him to come on home? You got a pink cast and glasses. You can't miss it. Weird to call your son an it. Okay, sure thing. Definitely wasn't normal way kids made friends. You knew that, but you were still going to help. Oh god, I do not like you. The man smiled and reached up to pat you on the head, paused before doing so, and pulled his hand away. Yeah, don't fucking touch me. Your mom's already checking around for me. Such a thoughtful group you are. Now I better go look too. Can't put everyone else to work while I keep sitting here. Yeah, if your fucking son is missing, what is wrong with you? Thought he might come back and... That's not what's important. I have to go. Can he hear me? Why did he not respond to what I just said? Thanks again, Nix. So much. He jogged off down the street with that another word. Jog? You should be running. He could already be dead. He decided to check the hills behind your house. Why am I an 8-year-old alone on these hills? Oh, okay. It was the right guess. The chirping of crickets in the tall grass greeted you, quiet and familiar. That's a very pretty view. From the top of the hill, you could see the ocean. As you walked, you listened to the crash of the waves on the shore, and the seagulls squawking as they settled down for the night. It's very descriptive. You always loved the ocean. It was so much fun. You'd love to hear stories about the sea. You didn't like the beach. As a kid, I was terrified of the ocean, because when I went there once, and I was convinced I saw a shark in the water. It wasn't, but I was so scared. However, I did like merfolk, so. Sometimes you could almost convince yourself that you would see the flash to a shiny mermaid's tail in the distance. There's actually the second part of the story. Some girl was swimming way out, like, I don't know, 2 miles out, and you could kind of see her jump and do all this stuff in the water, and I was convinced she was a mermaid. Don't know why. Probably because I was like 8. You took in a deep breath. You wanted to try to relax, and couldn't. You weren't sure what, but something told you that you weren't alone, so you glanced around. Oh, you look sad. There was a boy sitting at the top of one hill, almost completely hidden within the long grass, and the white flowers surrounding him. His head was buried in his knees, staring ahead by himself. For whatever reason, probably just that he wasn't paying attention, he hadn't noticed you yet. It was a very pretty heart. You watched him a minute longer, feeling a bit like you'd found a deer in the wild. Okay. If deer didn't have... Yeah, all of these. Deer don't have any of these. But this new boy did. You wonder what could have upset him. After a few more seconds, he took a step forward, then another. And then he glanced your way. Oh god, please don't murder me. You're a little kid. I'm also a little kid. Oh shit. Oh, what if they're in the mafia? What? Doesn't make any sense. That would be a cool plot twist, though. If, like, this entire thing was just a ruse, and that is why the kid's sad, because he lost all his mafia friends. I don't know how mafia works. His aquamarine eyes reflected the light of the moon. You stopped, raising a hand to acknowledge him and show that you weren't scary. I think I'd be more scared. Hi. With a start, he jumped to his feet, his hands balling into fists at his sides. You already saw us. Why are you... Oh. He didn't say anything, just stared at you in a strange way. He'd been crying. There were traces of tears on his cheeks and his knees soaking the hem of his shorts, and his eyes were still shining with a few more. You'd obviously caught him off guard. And this has already gotten sad. His pink cast seemed to glow in the twilight. The one he caught you staring at it, he hid his arm behind his back. Something the man earlier had said stuck out to you. Cove? Eyes wide, he studied you. How'd you know that? I can't do voices for boys. I'm all-knowing. That's a lie. Tell the truth. Okay, your dad told me who you were.
Oh.
Thank you. So, is this your hill? He gestured with his uninjured arm to the patch of grass surrounding you, his face falling at the prospect. I can leave if it is. You can't own a hill. Why not? How could you? You just do. I had a hill back home. Well, it still isn't mine. Oh. He sat back down with a thump, resting his shin on his knees again. Curious about this strange new boy with the odd dad. You fucking say that again. You sat on the patch of grass next to him, and I hit the wrong button. Oh my god. The pure white flowers that covered the hill rocked back and forth gently as the stars twinkled above. The way they dawed the sky made them seem like flowers too. The night wind was cool as it traveled over the wind and up the hill, chasing away the heat from the afternoon sun. Why are you here? I feel like that's too personal of a question. Like your family moved person I just met. A quiet hiccup escaped Cove as soon as you asked the question. Okay, wrong answer. Wrong question. Oh my god, he's just straight up sobbing. Almost like they never stopped, his tears started up again with a vengeance. I don't like seeing sad kids. I know he's an anime boy, but it still makes me sad. my parents. They don't want to live together with me anymore. The tears fell fast and heavy over his flushed cheeks, sticking in his dark lashes. My mom made my dad leave, but he took me with him, and now we have a house here, and I want to go home. The outburst took you off guard. By the time he was done wailing, Cove's chest was heaving with exhaustion. He sniffled and removed his glasses, wiping at his eyes with the back of his hand before he put them back on again. I hate this place. I want my real life back. I want my mom. Stop crying, kid. I'm also a kid. Yeah, I feel this. Sorry. He slipped his hands underneath his glasses and pressed his fingers against his eyelids. Cove wound himself up again for another long crying fit. He felt bad for him, being forced to come here with no choice. Yeah, that sucks. You couldn't imagine what it would feel like to live with only one of your moms, but it must be pretty hard. But far away off in the distance, you heard your parents. Nix!
Cove?
Kids, where'd you go? Cove looked at you, tears still clinging to his cheeks. Don't tell them we're here.
I want to go home.
I don't know what he just said. I don't want to go back to that house. I want to go home. It will be okay. You're struck by a sudden need to reassure Cove, because I'm 17 and I feel weird looking at a sobbing child. It's not all gonna be all fun. Wait, it's not gonna all be fun, but isn't he your family too? Yeah, I guess. You can count on him when you really, really need him. You shot him a grin. You shot him. You had a gun in your back pocket. You pushed yourself to your feet. Slowly, Cove stood up with you, still looking a little reluctant. Reluctant. Should I say that, right? His dad's voice rang out again. Cove, can you hear me? He walked toward the sound of his dad's voice, silent, and turned away while rubbing his bandaged arm. Wait, rubbing his not bandaged arm. You're so smart.
Sorry.
Sorry? I still don't want to go. Yeah, I'll wait. Yeah, I get it. You do? I've totally lost all the voices. Before you could answer, you heard Cove's dad, even closer than before. There you are, bud. God, I do not like you. The trio of parents arrived over the curve of the hill. Instantly, all their eyes landed on you, and they rushed over. Yo. My moms are kind of hot. Both of your moms were at your side in a split second, faces filled with worry. Nix! You're here after all. Which one is mom, which one is mommy? We had been at the park to check for Cove and then heard what happened earlier when you met with the new neighbor. I thought you might have gone off further away. We're okay. Thank God you're both fine. So that one's mommy. Were you two having fun out here? Looked over. I'm in love with you. You looked over at Cove, who's wiggling against his dad's tight hug and pushing on his arms. Yeah, I'm gonna marry this guy. You nodded, smiling slightly. Oh, that's wonderful. Finally letting go of his squirming, scowling son, Cove's dad turned the three of you.
That's a relief.
Thanks very much for finding him. I really don't know this neighborhood considering I moved in here 20 seconds ago. Good thing Nick knows this whole area so well. Fuck yeah, 8-year-old. Absolutely, we should be getting home now. It's been a long day for us all. Say goodbye, Cove.
Bye.
Oh, I want it to be like more. Bye. Fuck you. The two of them walked off into the darkness, heading toward the neighborhood. You watched Cove's bright pink cast until it disappeared. Bright pink. I think it's a weird color for a cast. Can't draw on it. I guess you could draw on it. Tell you what, we'll have a proper playdate tomorrow, okay? Your new friend's dad wants to bring him by to see you and Lizzie, the sister. Our sister. How does that sound? Sounds like words. Both your moms laughed. The sounds overlapping in a warm, familiar chorus. Bro, I think the animation paused. Why are you blinking but you're not? Oh my god. She fell asleep while standing up again. You know how she is. Mommy put her arm around your shoulder and led you towards the path. Satisfied and more than a little ready to go to bed after your long, exciting day of 30 minutes, you followed them home. Ow, brain. Choose your feelings or Cove. This is how you feel towards Cove for the step. It can be changed in later steps. I'm gonna be a nurse and indifferent. Yeah. Oh. That's cool. So indifferent is the one that really powers over everything. That's cool. I like how they have that detail. I mean, nervous and indifferent though. That is my vibe though. I'm also gonna save. Okay. Has it really only been like not even 10 minutes? Yes. Cool. Early the next morning, you're poking at your food, eating it slowly. Your sister Lizzie had run out earlier to go play, but you stayed put. Today, just like your moms had promised, Cove is coming over to hang out. Oh god, why are they so big? Excited to see your new friend again, Nix? I guess. You hope your moms knew you were joking about marrying Cove. It'd be bad if they start planning a wedding. For their 8-year-olds, yeah, that would be kind of fucking weird.
Okay.
With that said, are you done with your breakfast? I'm not gonna give everyone a different voice, because I'm going to forget it. Good job. Nice job. Good job on eating. Fuck yeah. 8-year-old. He should be here soon. Clean up began, and then on cue, there was a knock. Knock, knock, knock. I will be the sound effects though. And it will just be me saying shit directly to the right of my mic. It was hesitant. The person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still loud though. It's like, knock. Wait. Knock, knock. Wait, is that how? I think that's how that would go. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. I know. Nix, could you get it? Oh my god. An 8-year-old, I guess it's a very small town. Because mom said so, you wandered over to the door. I fucking hate this guy. Hey, Spike family. Thanks for having us. Mr. Holden Berries. Mr. Holden, as your moms have called them, and his son were here. Cove looked different in the bright lighting in your living room, and when he wasn't crying. Haha, a little crybaby bitch. With his dad standing in front of him, and mom and mommy behind you, you and Cove looked at each other. You studied Cove apathetically. Apathetically. This was the parents' plan, not yours. Not seeming any more excited than you were, he just stared back. Oh, I have so many different bracelets I can have. I want flower bead. Do you want to go play in your room, Nix? Sure. So, my room is this way. I just noticed how fucking nice this house is. Oh my god.
Okay.
Take care. Let us know if you need anything, you two. Have fun, kids.
See you.
See you later, son. Play nice. Oh, this is a cute room. You led him to your room, puffing out your chest a little bit at the sight of your treasures. There were lots of stuffed animals, a cool bed, window to look out. This is the bed? I think this. Shit! Did it again. It was a great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it to in a while, but you were really proud of it. Yeah, this is a cute room. Leaned in a little closer to one of your drawings on the wall. Get the fuck away from my drawings. I like this. I don't. You're an asshole. I drew that. Cool. He smiled at him. You were proud of that particular piece of art, and you were glad he noticed it. It actually seemed very sophisticated for an 8-year-old. The 8-year-old did not do that. Okay. He turned to look around. He turned to look around the room a little more, studying the books on your desk and the pictures on the walls. I do hope he likes my room, because I like the room. You'd put a lot of effort into making your room as nice as it was. You hoped he didn't say anything bad about it. He turns to you. Cove then turned to you and looks you dead in the eye. I fucking hate this room. Piece of fucking shit. This room. My room is so much better. He then murdered you. Then he his eyes landed on the tiny box of beach shades you collected, tucked away by your door. He took a step towards it, before hesitating and pointing at it instead. What's that? Part of stuff I found on the beach, because I'm an 8-year-old and I'm allowed to go to the beach unsupervised. Oh. Do you have any driftwood in there? Why the fuck would I have driftwood? Don't tell me. Do not tell me there's driftwood in the box. Dragging the box in the middle of the room, you and Cove flopped down next to it. Yeah. Just to a piece at the bottom still covered with specks of sand. How big is this driftwood?
Neat.
Neat. Good collection. Like, so my dad talks, he goes, neat. Cool. So. Cove, I don't. His eyes just wobble. Did I see that right? Oh, it did. That's cool. You got the sense from the tone of his voice, he wasn't just trying to say it to be nice, or to be like Shiloh. Bitch. He actually meant it. Shiloh is coming over. Shiloh? My sister's friend. He wants to, meet you. Do I have to see him? No, because he's a little bitch. He'll be okay. I think. How old is Shiloh? I mean, Lizzie. Yeah. I meant Shiloh. Here, found the shell on a log, and he pulled out seashell after seashell, explaining where you got each one, holding them up against the light. Why is he looking at us so lovingly? There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange. Most of them you washed off the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning up the sand. Again, why is this 8-year-old allowed to go to the beach unsupervised? Guessing we don't know it. This is unsupervised. In the past few years, you would even learn some scientific names. The collection was so huge and varied that you had lots of funny stories to tell for all of them. Yours faltered a bit, but you kept going as best as you could. I'll do that. You're really proud of your shell collection. It made you happy that Cove was interested in it too. Apparently fascinated either by the stories or the shells themselves, Cove listened with what looked like the full force of his attention. It was a new experience to be the center of such dedicated focus, even though it was only directed at the shells. Kids, come down to the living room. If I make the mom British. If I make mommy British. I think that'd be fun. My headphones just broke. Hold on. Okay. You could tell the idea was making him unhappy, but Mommy wasn't giving you much of a chance to hang around. Cove hadn't been like this meeting you. Oh, okay. You guessed it was because he thinks you found each other by accident, not that a parent made it happen. Mr. Holden must be right that telling Cove his dad was part of... Okay, I'm stupid. Mr. Holden must be right that telling Cove his dad was part of it would be a bad idea. Okay. Before you knew it, you'd both been escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room, ready for Shiloh's visit. Two of you sat side by side on the floor of your home's entryway. I brought the boxes of shelves. I want to keep looking at them. This kid, I'm just giving him a different voice every time. Okay. Bust it open. Keep looking while we wait for Shiloh. Cove reached in and pulled out a big orange shell. Oh! Like he hadn't spoken aloud yet, he turned to you and held it up, his eyes shining. This looks so dumb. I'm so sorry. I think this one is the best of them. That's my favorite. You can take it. Cove looked at you in surprise, his eyes going wide. Really? Sure, you like it a lot, right? Uh-huh, but I don't want to take it from you. It's okay, well, I'll probably get more. get the impression he was hesitant to accept something because he didn't know you very well. I'm insisting it. No, it's okay for you. Push the shell against Cove's chest, willing him to receive the present. But Cove firmly accept the fucking gift. Cove firmly shook his head and kept his arms tightly at his sides. It's a battle you couldn't win, at least not today. Cove is your neighbor now. Maybe you could give it to him another time. Maybe it's a neurodivergency, but isn't? You do a 1, you can have this. No, I can't have it. And then you give it to them. And you go like, oh no, it's okay. And then they let you give them the thing. Isn't that how conversations work? Isn't that the code? Or am I misunderstanding something? The two of you were still sitting on the floor looking through your collection of beach findings when the doorbell finally rang. Cove jumped, startled by the sound. Please, this motherfucker knows where the doorbell is. So the person hadn't knocked. You figured it'd probably be Shiloh. He knew where to look for that. Was his friend? You nodded. That didn't seem to make Cove feel better. Speaking of, we haven't seen Lizzie yet either. It was already obvious that Cove didn't hide his feelings well. You could tell what he was thinking right away. This isn't a good idea. I'm sorry, there's nowhere to go. He's at our only door. If you go upstairs, he'll find you. Oh my god. You are not helping. If you go upstairs, he'll find you. He's at the only door. He has a knife. Clove glanced around the room, his eyes wide, and finally paused with his gaze locked in the back of the house. I can go out the window. You are 8 years old. He was already walking towards it. You want me to think of something to say. You stepped forward and paused. Yeah, do you want to break your other arm? Even I don't jump out in any of the windows here, and this is my house. The distance from the first floor living room wasn't far, but you could tell it made Cove nervous anyway. He touched the cast on his arm. Right. The wind clearly rested on his sails. Good. Don't jump out a fucking window as an 8-year-old. Can you even reach? It looks like there's a little balcony with a fence over. Whatever. I don't want to break any more bones. I don't think anyone wants to. Yeah. I don't want to see him. I don't know him. I'm comforting him. You're right. Meeting new people is really hard. I'm sorry. Thanks. Thanks to... Okay. Shiloh poked his head in the living room. It was impossible for you to know for sure if he heard what you'd been saying or not, but you guessed that you had.
Hi!
Oh, shit. You're like 5. I don't know why I thought Shiloh would be a teen boy. Hi, Nix. Or really, I thought it'd be a teen girl when I first read the name Shiloh. And hi, Cove? Cove shot you an uneasy glance.
Hi.
Hi. I'm Shiloh. It's nice to meet you. You have so many freckles. Yeah. Are they in different art styles? Why does it feel like they're in different art styles? Because he's at the side and you're looking face on, that's why. You have a lot of freckles. Yeah, that's what I said. Right. I do. What are you guys doing? We're looking at shells.
Can I do it too?
Yeah, I already read the line. Cove shrugged, looked back at your box of beach findings. What about that one? And that shell was the shell that transported us to the room. The plan for the afternoon, at least as far as you were concerned, was to sit and look at the beach things some more. You weren't really in the mood to do much of anything else. That's fair. You held out a recent find to Cove, a scallop shell that had washed up on shore. It's a pretty color, kind of like my cast. The beautiful glimmering pink did look a bit like the wrap around his arm. Pink is a nice color. Okay. Oh wow, I love that color. It's so pretty. Okay.
Oh?
Is it your favorite? Not really. What is? Maybe green or blue. Might be yellow. Oh, those are all cool.
I guess.
He's not doing it as... I guess. Fuck. There are better colors. I like those colors too.
Awesome!
Awesome. Like usual, it didn't take long for Shiloh to get fidgety. She's like 5. Lucy was his favorite. Without her around, Shiloh didn't seem to know what to do with himself. And Cove wasn't like your sister. he was not much like you either. So is he coming back? Aw, where'd she go? I think she's at the beach. Probably. Unsupervised. That's how we do it in this fucking town. Is she playing at her park? Coach's eyes lit up and mentioned the park, and he looked towards you. There's a park? Yeah, it's old. Can you show me? I want to go. She started getting up before you'd even answered, and Shiloh jumped up beside him in excitement. Really? You do too, Nix? The park is fun. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I said. Yeah, it's right at the beach. There's lots of fun stuff to do, and lots of sand. There's a jungle gym and a bunch of swings. That sounds like it could be cool. So, are we gonna find Lizzie? I never really wanted to see her. Just want to check the park out. You're on your own mission. Fuck you guys. Drift out any direction. Shiloh finally turned to you. Okay. He perked up. Both boys wanted to go. It was only fair. I mean, we'll just let the fucking kid run off on his own. Who cares? Fucking beach by themselves. Oh my god. After getting permission from your moms, the three of you were ready to head out. It's a short walk to the park. Short walk to the park. Lucy convinced your mom to say it was so short, she should always be allowed to walk there by herself. So, the moms do supervise the kids. Okay. That makes me feel better. Why does it make me feel better? These are fictional characters. Okay. When you found her, she was hanging on the jungle gym, swinging back and forth. Hey, Lizzie. Her face lit up when she saw you, her big brown eyes going wide. Nix, Shiloh. She doesn't have a spray. Fuck you. Hi. She dropped to the ground and landed with a soft thud in the sand. In a split second, Shiloh had abandoned you two and scrambled over to stand by her. You're used to being left out when just the three of you, but now Cope is here. You weren't sure if this was improvement. It's funny. Oh, hi. The sister. Who's that? I'd say she's like 12, and he's like 6. Wait, no, he's 8. I don't know the ages of any of these children. It's Cove. He's new.
Hi.
I remember. Hi, Cove. If you remember, then why did you ask who he was? Okay. Welcome to my park. Nobody ever comes here to play here. So this is where we get together. She gestured widely with her arms as to present the area to the newcomer. Without interrupting Lizzie's speech, Cove whispered in your ear, quiet enough the others wouldn't overhear. I thought kids could know places, like parks or hills. You couldn't help but laugh a tiny bit. When Lizzie continued talking, you took the chance to kick off your shoes and wriggle your toes through the warm sand. There's like water right there. Don't let these kids go on a tangent. Oh my fucking god. Nice, huh? In this neighborhood, I'm the one who comes up with the ideas. There's no other kids here. Fuck you. You are?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I am. Who else can handle the job? Lizzie's the oldest. By a lot. My mom says you're Nix's age.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so. I'm still the only one in this group with double digits, so I was right. Around 12. What about other kids? Other kids? Oh my god. Oh my god! I was right. I was joking. There's no other kids in this place. Holy shit. There aren't any. We're the only kids here, and Shallow's just visiting from another place. That sucks. Oh, that sounds so lonely. Not even tourists really bring their kids here. This is the land of ancients. Careful, the oldies don't try to steal your youth.
Oh.
Okay, now I'm just gonna make this worse for the kid. For a second, it looked like he might cry again, which is fair. But suddenly his eyes shifted, and he looked back at Lizzie. What kind of old people? Moms and dads or grandparents? Grandparents who don't have kids. They hate kids. Hi, we haven't done anything. Yeah, Jesus Christ, Lizzie. You interjected quickly, hoping Cope wouldn't start crying again. He sniffled, his forehead creasing with worry. Lizzie was staring Cope down, but Cope wasn't even looking at her anymore. He didn't seem to care that she was there. He went into his own head. Shiloh was the next one to speak, completely unaware of the situation. That's fair. I met Lizzie and Nick's at school. You'll see tons of kids there when summer is over. Oh, okay. I feel less bad. I don't want to go to a new school. I want summer to end. Shell looked down into the dirt. He hasn't had much luck striking up conversations with Cove. Oh, this poor guy. I like summer vacation a lot too. All the building tension in the air suddenly vanished when Lizzie laughed. At Charlotte's discomfort, how weird she thought Cove was. That's something else entirely. You didn't really know. But she laughed, face scrunching up. I'm stuttering again.
Okay.
Welcome to Sunset Bird Cove. Take a seat, put up your feet, and get used to it. Ooh ah. Ooh ah is right. The rest of the summer, Cove was always there. You saw him more than often than Shiloh, and on some days when she was in a bad mood or busy, you even saw him more than Lizzie. He became a staple of your everyday life, the way sun and lunch and the beach were. Stupid. That first summer, I hadn't really been interested in him one way or another. It was just kind of a fact of life. Someone you met with because he was there. Of course, that was only the start of things. And then summer ended. So I have all of these options. Let's do it. Come back before I get started, alright? But dark, alright, sport? The familiar voice drifted across the street and drew your attention away from the snail. Actually, can I kind of just want to go ahead with the story. I'm so stupid. I completely X'd out of the game. Menu, dumbass. Oopsies. Sorry. Okay, I will do the memories at a different time. Right now, we're just gonna continue with the story. I will save. I already saved. I am so stupid. I am. Never get tired of that view. Okay, unaging parents. You stood beside your moms and Lizzie as the four of you watched the sun dip into the ocean somewhere far, far away. I like to imagine cooling off in the water, resting itself before getting ready to shine brightly again tomorrow. That was a fun day. I didn't know they had magicians on the shopping street now. Neither did I. Oh no, we are so dull. Let's get out more. He didn't do real magic, Mom. How'd you figure that one out?
Duh.
Because I know. That's not what real magic looks like. Oh, Lizzie dear, there's all kinds of magic in the world. Lizzie gave Mommy a suspicious look, but didn't dispute the claim. Well, we can't sit out here all night. Time to hurry home and get cooking. Who's helping with dinner? Lizzie immediately let out a groan. Mom, summer's almost over. The protest was obvious. You could practically see school on the horizon. You certainly didn't want to spend your last bits of freedom cooking dinner. You could do that any other day. Fuck you, I like cooking. Please? Mom looked down at you with a sigh and you clasped your hands together to give your plea some extra appeal. We'll help with dinner tomorrow. You immediately nodded in agreement with the very clever offer, shifting closer to Lily since your parents couldn't possibly resist the power. Lizzie, resist the power of you two combined.
Please!
Some of homework and reading to do. You can't do work now, too. Lizzie made her case and stumped her foot into the ground. You mimicked her, thinking that would add something to the argument. Well...
Now.
Come on, Pam. I can help you with dinner. Mommy leaned in for a hug, and you knew you were very close to victory.
Okay.
Alright. But as soon as dinner's ready, you lot are coming inside, understand? Yes, Mom. Yes, Mom. So much to do still all the time. Maybe I could still get the seashell bracelets and tines. Mess up all my words. Tines and trinkets. Ooh, or maybe the playground. The fireflies will probably be coming out, right? I'm gonna do my own thing. Lizzie had her own ideas of what she wanted to do, but what are you gonna do? Strong gust of wind made you shiver. Lizzie huffed as she wrapped her arms around herself.
Rude.
Does the wind know the summer's not over yet? That's all Lizzie said before abruptly turning on her heel and heading off in the direction that your mothers had gone. Where are you going? I'm going to my room. I have lots to plan if I want to make the most of tomorrow. You thought this over, looking off towards the water again. Lucy didn't wait. So we are just unsupervised at the beach. Just like an 8-year-old. Okay, this could never go wrong. Lucy didn't wait. Before long, she was disappearing off down the road. Let's stay outside. You watched Lizzie run off, twisting her lips as you considered what to do. In the end, the pretty sky and the soothing sound of the waves went out. You straight off the path, gritting at the feel of the sand quickly filling in the empty spot, spacing your flip-flops. Oh, flip-flops, I hate you so much. That was fun for a while, but you grew bored eventually. How else can you enjoy the remainder of your time at the beach? Look for seashells. You walked on the shoreline, peering at any debris that washed up. Most of it was just seaweed, rocks, and trash, though now and then you saw a seashell. You picked up the ones that stood out to you until you had a nice little collection. It was a great evening, but soon enough you'd had your fill and were ready to join the rest of your family back home. Not too much farther down, you spotted a familiar green head of hair moseying around along the shore. Yeah, what's up? Curious, you strayed off your path and walked over to him. Cove knelt down, picking up something you quickly identified as a smooth rock. He reared his arm back and tossed it out into the water. Whoa, what? Oh! Thank you for the raid! Thank you so much. I've never gotten raid before. That was thanks, guys. That's pretty. Thank you. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna. Okay. Yeah, it's a fun game. Yeah, I'm not very far into it so far. Thank you for rating me. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I should continue going to the game. It was a good toss, so it was pretty neat. I'm looking for my own rock. Deciding to join Cove, you searched nearby for any rocks or shells that you could throw to. Cove jumped a little when he noticed you. You gave a shrug and a smile, realizing you sort of forgotten to announce yourself. Oh yeah, that's pretty fair. You tossed a shell that would suit your purposes, a smile growing as you tossed it as hard as you could. You landed with a wet-sounding thunk a few feet away and slipped down into the water. When you looked over at Cove, you didn't seem to notice that his throat had been more impressive. Cove was looking down his cast, scratching eyelid the pink surface, even though you were pretty sure he couldn't feel it. His brows were furrowed and there was a frown on his face.
It's not fair.
I've had to wear this cast for ages. I can't even swim. Cove shrugged and didn't say anything. I really need to read the choices out loud. For a second you thought maybe he didn't know, but finally he sighed. A few weeks. It's not very long. It wasn't too bad, you thought. And at least be able to play normally at recess. Could make sometimes you have to go swimming during the school year, so maybe you could make up for some lost time then. Cove let off a huff, plopping down into the sand. I can't believe summer's almost over. You sat down next to him and nodded in agreement, regardless of the sudden topic change. I don't want to go to school. I mean, I would. I don't want to go to a new school. I think it'll be the same school as you and Lizzie. My dad said something about that. So why don't you want to go? It's nice as far as schools go. You'd only ever been to that one school, but you were sure that his old school couldn't have been that much better. Then again, you did have to make new friends and meet new teachers. It could be kind of scary. Cove shook his head and wrapped his coat arm around his knees as he drew them to his chest. You heard a sniffling. God, I hate when kids cry. You heard a sniffling sound, and we took a good look at his face. You realized that his eyes were wet.
I want to go home.
It makes me very sad. You weren't sure what to do. I felt weird just to leave him here crying, but what could you say that would help? He frowned a little, starting to stand. Okay, bye then. Cove gave his head a small shake. No, I want to go back home. Right. Cove wanted to go back to his old home. The one that sat waiting someplace far from here. The one he would bring up whenever he felt this sad. It's been a long while since he moved in, but he didn't seem to feel any better about being here. He settled back down to the sand, trying to consider what to do. Do you hate it here, Cove? Cove's brows furrowed even more. Then he shook his head. Oh no, wrong choice. You're not gonna leave, right? I'll still be around? I'm just not picking a consistent voice for this guy. The question was a little surprising. Of course. Parents had mentioned if you were ever gonna move or something, right? That's foreshadowing. Okay. After a second, Cove gave a little nod. Once I get my cast off, we could go swimming. We were fine with him changing the subject again. Okay. You had to say swimming did sound fun, even though it was already getting chilly out. Cove smiled and looked back to the waves. My dad keeps saying I'll get used to everything eventually, and I'd feel better then. It used to make me angry. I didn't want to get used to everything. Good night. Thank you for rating. I don't have emotes, but thank you. He spared a glance over at Cove and saw the anger had slipped off his face in favor of something almost puzzled. But maybe that would be okay after all, as long as I really do feel better. I can't see it. Two of you sat quietly, just taking in the sounds of the waves. Austin thought you started a bit when you heard a faint, familiar sound. The sound of your mom shouting your name. Looked over your shoulder, realizing it was probably time for dinner. Had you guys really been sitting out here that long? It only takes like 30 minutes to make dinner. You stood and dusted the sand off yourself. My mom's calling. It's time for dinner. You should come. Cove looked up at you, expression of screaming reluctance, yet ultimately, okay. When you smiled, Cove returned with one of his own. The two of you couldn't stay there in your own little world any longer. You were being called forward. So both of you ran off towards your house, leaving the waves and summer behind. Oh, that's sweet. That is a cool animation. And in between. I think this is the part where you can choose how you feel about him. Oh! I wasn't gonna change anything. Oh, it's because you can change your pronouns to start progresses. I forgot about that. I am going to be fond of him. Yes. Nervous fondness. Choose to customize Cove or let his prior experience determine it. Whoa. Oh, look at that haircut. Oh, wait. Oops. August ended. September began. It was time to go back to school. I meant to hit personality, but I am an idiot. Lizzie groaned and complained the entire first week. She hated going to classes. This would be a good time to end stream. It probably would be. But I'll keep going a little while longer. She hated going to classes. Still, there are interesting things to do that couldn't be done anywhere else. I'm not sure how Cove felt about it. He was enrolled that year. That was like a sign Cove would be staying in Sunset Bird for a while. At school, he was alright. I kept his distance from the other kids. From what you saw, anyway. Oh, we're teenagers now. Originally, he treated you like everyone else, passing by as if you didn't know each other. But as years went on, the two of you acknowledged each other more and more. That friendship had started to grow. How old are we? The two of you, that year, the divorce of Cove's parents was finalized. You overheard your parents thinking about it, saying Cove's dad got full custody. At first, you were worried that meant bad news. It had made Mr. Holden cry, apparently. You found out that Cove would keep living with his dad. He would only stay with his mom a few weeks at the ESM. Is that what full custody means? Cove cried too, for different reasons, you thought. It seemed like Cove and his dad might move again, but Mr. Holden decided to stay after all. Mom asked him about it once. He said he didn't want to uproot Cove's life a second time. Yeah, that's fair. Mr. Holden tried to get Cove to like Sunset Bird more. He kept encouraging his son to go out and see the place. Sometimes Mr. Holden volunteered you to spend time with Cove. I do not like Mr. Holden. You weren't sure how well it worked in changing Cove's thoughts on the town, yet it might have been part of the reason you and Cove ended up growing closer. Cove never talked to anyone about what happened with his parents and went through whenever it was brought up. So just don't bring it up. It was hard for him, yet nobody knew how to help. Eventually, Cove stopped crying on his own. You couldn't understand what had changed. Still, you were worried about him. You could tell he wasn't completely happy. Oh god, is this about to take a dark turn? Maybe one day he could say out loud what he felt inside. I feel like this is gonna get really sad. After that, it felt like things had gone back to normal, except what was normal didn't stay the same. Years passed, and suddenly you were in middle school. You weren't a kid anymore. You were 13 years old. That officially made you a teen, even if your sister didn't agree. Toys and crayons that used to litter every free space in the room had been packed away somewhere, replaced by new hobbies. There were other changes too. Cove's cast got taken off. Yeah, it's been years. It was weird to see him without it initially. Underneath the pink plaster ended up being a long, thin scar that snaked across his forearm. Cove's chest puffed out in pride when someone drew attention to it. He also went through a major growth spurt. He was the tallest student in his class for 2 years in a row. Cove will probably hold that spot again next time. In class, people knew him for more than just being tall. He also stood out because of how well he did with school stuff overall. Over the year, he still remained familiar in a lot of ways. Excuse me. He talked to people when they came to him, but never really searched out company on his own. And the only kid that came to visit the neighborhood when you were little, Shiloh, well, he was gone. And his mom moved back south because of her work. Oh my god. Just 1 year after Cove came to Sunset Bird, I don't know why, I am expecting this to take a dark turn every single time. It had really upsetting when he left. Lucy was inconsolable for weeks, but nobody talked about Shiloh anymore. It was a long time ago. You learned some heartbreaking things and became less sad the further away they were, even if they never got any better. Yeah, that was sad in its own way. Things at home were different too. You still lived in the same house and all that, but it wasn't how it was before. Ma dyed her hair purple, wanting something new. Liked it so much she kept dyeing it. I remember calling her mommy as a kid, but something like that seemed awkward nowadays. You're much too old for the word. Lucy felt too mature for her nickname too. She insisted on everyone calling her Elizabeth. So you did. Mom soon gave you permission to go places other than the playground and shopping street. She took advantage of. You rarely saw her around the old neighborhood. In fact, she hardly spent any time with you the way she does before. Elizabeth instead associated more and more with girls from school who were her own age. The difference between 13 and 15 was greater than the difference between 8 and 10. You started befriending new people, like Derek Suarez. He didn't live in the neighborhood or go to the same school. What happened was, his and Cove's dad struck up a business partnership a few months ago. Since then, Derek would pop along in the area. Now and then. See, Mr. Suarez was happy to let Derek tag along to his work. Derek had time for it. Without a doubt, everyone and everything around you had changed in small and big ways. You would too. As time went by, it was easy to settle into this new normal. And before you knew it, school was over and summer vacation would come again. It was the first day of summer vacation. Oh, the room's changed. First day of summer vacation. The sun was as hot as ever, but you were inside and away from its harsh rays. To be more specific, you were snuggled up in bed. It was hot, but you still had the big blanket up over your head to block out the sun. She pulled down the curtains. You idiot. You didn't want intruding on your lazy morning. Fortunately, you hadn't prepared for an intrusion. From beneath the blanket, you heard the door creak open. You're still sleeping? Wow. Get up. Just go away. By the impatient tapping of her foot, you could tell she hadn't left. Get up now. I will come over there. Elizabeth, you have changed. So much for a lazy morning. Mom told me to tell you that your friends are at the door. He brought some happy summer gift from Mr. Holden. Mom wants you to take it from him, say thanks or whatever.
Come on.
So come down already. Okay. Elizabeth said nothing else, having done what was instructed of her. You rolled out of the bed, stretching your arms high and yawning. Time to get ready. You sat yourself in front of the mirror in the far corner of your room. Oh, okay. These two are I'll be average height. Cove was really tall. Zach was kind of short. They were pretty much the exact height that someone would expect for a 13-year-old. Who knows? Things kept changing. The height you had actually had and what the impression of that height was based on your age was confusing. You put the finishing touches on your outfit while ruminating on the situation. Careless as it had been, Elizabeth's words piqued your curiosity. Plan on going over to see what Cove is up to, so this worked in your favor. Your reflection grinned back at you. You're looking forward to seeing him. You left your room. Jesus. Resting a hand on the railing as you went down the stairs. Oh, okay. I think my dog just got up. You spotted Mom first, reclining on the couch. She held a magazine in her hands, which she was perusing through. Morning, Mom. She looked up at your greeting, a smile instantly appearing on her face. I was
Thanks.
right. I was right. I knew which one was Mom, which one was Mommy/Mom. Good morning, Nix. Thank you for coming down. Mallory's at the door with Cove. He can't stay over today, unfortunately. Why don't you go and thank him before he leaves? You nodded, made your way to the front of the house. Just as she said. She shed all of her hair. It was very concerning. Mom was there making conversation. She must have heard you, because she looked over her shoulder. She does have purple hair now. Look who finally made it. Morning, sleepyhead. Ma reached forward and you knew she was about to pat you on the head. She was taller than average, so you were a little in her eyes, despite being typical size for your own age. Yeah. The type of a small, affectionate exchange was nice. She placed the whole of her hand on the top of your head for a second before lifting it back up. You're the last one done today, you know that? Read them out loud, come on. Yes, thank you for gracing us all with your presence on this fine day. I did not note the sarcasm until the second half of the sentence. With a small laugh, Ma stepped aside. Cove was just as you remembered, exactly how you know him to be. Tiny and sad. He leaned uncomfortably to the side of your doorway as the longer strands of his hair idly drifted with the breeze. His features were pinched in embarrassment, and he shifted from one foot to another. How does he have natural green hair? Sorry. I just realized that. Something what must be the much talked about gift. At first glance, you figured it was a bouquet of flowers, and you gave it a real look. No, instead, it was carefully cut fruit. I had a lot of sons that was actually from Cove's dad. He would express a laugh at the showing. I couldn't imagine many folks buying that sort of thing for their own personal enjoyment. The kind of arrangement was built for the presentation, likely to impress whoever was inevitably going to receive it. It seemed no matter how long he lived here, Mr. Holden would keep going out of his way to be neighborly. Cove would always be roped into participating. Why are you hunched over? Are you okay? Cove smiled slightly at the sight of you. The sting of the goofy errand he was clearly embarrassed to be on ease. Okay. Hey, Nix. He earnestly grinned back. It wasn't weird at all, like it used to be when we were kids. As time passed, the two of you started to enjoy each other's company. Now, you actually considered him a good friend, not someone you were forced to be around by your families. Hey, it's really nice to see you. Yeah, you do. You were certain he meant that agreement. It's already shaping up to be a long summer with plenty of time for the two of you to have fun together. His awkwardness over the task started to creep back in, so Cove nudged the gift closer to you. He was ready to be relieved of it. And with that, the gift was accepted. The thing was definitely Dad's idea. Would have gone for something else, but if you can't eat it all, I wouldn't mind taking a couple of skewers. He smiled, looking immediately at the gift then back to you. He called that one. Should I? Yes, I should. Nix, is that a proper reaction when someone— You're so cute! just making like an uncomfortable noise in response. Just thank my dad for all this, okay? Fine. Shit. Fine. Said that way too annoyed. Mr. Holden's behavior was really was different from any neighbor you'd had. Though, after 5 years— yeah, I can do math— you were used to his antics. And you'd since made up your mind on what your opinion was. I do not like him. but that was something you kept to yourself. Your thoughts are quickly interrupted by a shout. A gecko on a shirt, or a lizard, or a salamander, or they all look very similar to me, so I don't know. There you are. You shared a confused look with Cove. As one, both of you stepped through the open door onto the neighborhood street. Is it Derek? It didn't take long to locate the source of the noise. You spotted Derek, I was right, just a few yards down the road. He ran up to you. You were happy. Derek was certainly a welcome guest in your neighborhood. It was a pleasant surprise whenever he showed up. Hey, Derek. Football. After stopping a couple of steps away, Derek hunched over to catch his breath. Then he looked up with a wide grin.
Hey.
Hey, guy and gal. I was just at your house, Cove. So smart. Just at your house, Cove, but no one was there. Should've figured you'd be at Nix's place. You ever spend time in your own home, or you're always just here? There. Holy shit, this guy is really tall. Derek laughed at his own joke. You either didn't notice that embarrassed Cove, or the embarrassment was what he was actually laughing at. Jesus. Derek turned to you. He was gonna say more when his eyes widened and he gasped. What's that? You followed his gaze, unsure. And he realized what he meant. You were still holding Mr. Holden's gift. This? It's kind of like a bouquet of flowers, but made out of fruit.
Nice!
Nice. Can I have some? Yeah. Derek grew more excited by your words, bouncing on the balls of his feet. Awesome! This kid's very excited. He nodded his head as if to clear it. Anyway, that's right. I came here because I needed to say something big. He paused, possibly for effect. Probably for effect. And there's some other kid here in Sunset Bird. Cove was as surprised as you were by the news. Such a reaction made sense. No one your age had moved here since Cove did 5 years ago. Were they with their family? Maybe they were cutting through. Nuh-uh. The kid was all by himself, just walking. Did you talk to him?
Nope.
Nope. Came to report the sighting right away. Kid had green... Wait. The kid had green hair, glasses, was pretty small, and seemed very upset about something. I hope he didn't leave. You blinked. Slowly looked over to your longtime neighbor. That sounds a lot like you, Cove. When you first got here, anyway. Oh, yeah. I guess that was me back then. Derek snickered good-naturedly. I can see that really well, now that you say so. But what'd you say? Let's go find Cove's look-alike. We should all meet him.
Sure.
I'll do it. Sure, I want to meet... I want to see who this person is. Derek grinned, then pointed down the street the way he came. Last I saw him, the mystery visitor was going this direction. Nothing else needed to be said. Three of you were off, with Derek leading the way. Derek brought you to the beach, and as a trio, you made your way down the shore to the old playground. You walked the familiar path in a comfortable silence. My favorite type of silence. You were almost there. You spotted the kid in question. His bright colors almost shone like a beacon beneath the rays of the sun. So it's actually a person. Derek was just messing with him. He scuffled around, kicking up the sand as he paced. It was true, he certainly seemed upset, but you didn't think he was sad, like you had originally pictured. No, with his erratic movements and scrunched-up expression, he came off angry. Are we finally gonna get a murder in this cute dating romance game? It'd be weird. You became uncomfortable at the idea of talking to the stranger now. You didn't want to bother him if he was in such a bad mood. You shared a look with Cove. He was equally reluctant to start up a conversation. Derek didn't feel the same. He waved wildly, calling out to the boy. Hey guy, over here. Oh my god, you were right. That is an angry child. What do you mean? Okay. The kid whipped around an impressive scowl carved deep. My sister's awake. The kid whipped around an expressive scowl carving deeper onto his face. His eyes were tired, but a strong hostile energy still radiated from him.
What?
What is it? What do you want? The sharp tone made Derek flinch. He shifted on his feet. What's your name? Jeremy. Was that it?
No.
I'm Derek. That's Nix and Co. We were just walking around and saw you. Wanted to say hi. There aren't a lot of kids our age. Fuck. There aren't a lot of. I'm dying. There aren't a lot of kids our age in the neighborhood. Yeah, so you know, it's cool to see someone else here. Strangely, Jeremy grew furious by your response. If steam could erupt from a person's ears, it would have happened then. They did bring me somewhere stupid, of course, I knew it! What?
My parents.
They're the ones who brought me. I didn't walk to this town. Do you not figure that out on your own?
Right.
My dad brings me the Sunset Bird too, and he has to come for work and all that stuff. It's not bad. 1 second. Alright, Baron McGlair from Jeremy. Derek winced beneath it, glancing away. He struggled to remain friendly with the Jeremy guy. And I think I have to call it for the night, because something just came up. I am so sorry to call it so abruptly. We will find out what is up with this Jeremy guy later. Thank you so much for watching my stream. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for the raid. That was great. Bye.